Hello and welcome to number 27 everybody, and don't worry, I'm only going to be on screen for a few seconds just to introduce this video. I wanted to tell you how I met Jasmine, and it is through this, the Mercs. This was a car that I bought on YouTube I didn't buy it on YouTube, I bought on eBay as a project for YouTube, and when I bought it, this is what it looked like. And this is what it looks like now. I was obviously looking for parts for these, and someone told me, if you need anything, go to Jasmine, she'll definitely be able to help you. And I've been there a few times, and I just thought, what a character. And that it might really be worth doing a video. So I really hope you enjoy this video. And lastly, she is super busy, so please only get in touch with her if you actually need some parts for one of these older Mercs.
My name's Jasmine, aka Frau Benz. Yes, I'm probably the biggest Mercedes fan you've ever met. It started probably when I could crawl, not necessarily with Mercs, but cars. My whole entire family are petrol heads, so I pretty much didn't have any choice. And it's evolved over the years, but it's always been a constant. Probably all came about 10 years ago, and I was selling old Volkswagen campers and Volvo 240s, and a gent came to buy one of my campers and asked whether he could part X an old Merc. I'd never driven one before, and I got in there and I was like, I can't see why not, and I drove it and never looked back, and this was one of them. So yes, there's an emotional attachment, which I do have with all of my cars. This one is a little bit more special. She's been with me since the start. I love her for lots of reasons. She's an old lazy diesel. She's got patina like no other, very genuine. And she's got a tow bar which is, I can only call ambitious. But I love, yeah, I love her. She's very pretty as well, she's pretty. I've had this car for a long time. She's an old diesel, as I mentioned. She's got a big old OM616 in her, which are unbreakable. I think she'd run off baby oil, this one. She still needs lots and lots of bits. A lot of the bits I like to keep her like that. Like one of the trims on the side of the door is held on by a screw. I'd like to keep her that way. But everything else is pretty good. I could get the paint done if I wanted to. I could probably fit a proper bonnet pull, but I don't like it. I'd like to keep it like that. She's very honest. She's like driving a tractor, very similar. Probably handles worse. She's just an old great diesel. If anybody knows 123s, they'll know. Inside, everything's so solid, it's not flimsy plastic like new cars, or even the newer Mercs, like the 124s are a bit flimsy in places. There's nothing flimsy about 123. It's very solid. You're getting it, it is what it is. Yes, she doesn't go very fast, and she never will. I've got lots of pictures in my rearview mirror of just cars piled behind me, because she doesn't go hours to get up hills. But that's just part of why I love her, you know. The others don't have that. I run a business now called Frau Benz, where that started was the Part X cars, these two gents. And so I drove them, I did them up a little bit, and okay, I'd like another one, you know, so I sold that one. And really got a taste for that. So then, instead of me doing 240s and Volkswagen campers, it moved on to Mercs. And I went to Havisham to pick up a 190, a W201. You know, it was definitely a project. The gent pulled it out of the garage for me, and you know, I was, yes, not a problem, you know. Get in it and have a look around, and he opened the other side of his garage, which was ramsacked full of Mercedes parts, and said, "You wouldn't be interested in this, would you, Doug?" I'm like, yes, yeah, okay. So hence why I'm Frau Benz. So now I specialise in troubleshooting problems with old classic Mercs, and I'm a part specialist as well. Doing up the Mercs, restoring them. At the start, it became hugely apparent that it's so difficult to get hold of parts. And when I'd find them, people wanted ridiculous prices for them. So I sort of strung on something, okay, so these few bits and bobs I've got, even if they're not working, I can rebuild them. You know, aerials, window motors, you know, let's rebuild them and actually help other people save their car as well. And obviously that your knowledge grows and grows through that, which it has, and it still does every single day. There's a range of what I do. So I lightly restore classic Mercedes. I say lightly because I work on my own. I can't do heavy restoration, although I do have some fantastic people around me. I like more engine work for me. I can do prep work, I can do other bits, and I do welding, but lightly. So if I have a customer's car in, I've got maybe 3-4 customers' cars in at the moment, each at different levels of restoration or recommissioning. And perhaps I might need a donor car, which I've needed a lot. I need one at least maybe twice a month. And I get the donor car in and I take the parts off that I need. It's a lot easier and more economical for me to buy a donor car in for my customer's car, or my own, than buy all the parts separately. And a lot of them I don't use. So therefore I take them off, I clean them, make sure they're working, rebuild if necessary, and I keep them in stock. And help other people save theirs. I love all Mercs, but I try and keep it within a range for lots of reasons. Probably won't go into them because it would be people like the newer ones or the really old ones. But I've worked on stuff from sort of, say, the 108, the W108, right up until about, I tend to stop about W210, just it gets too much. The bodywork I'm just welding in the end, so I don't do that. I have probably nearly every series in here already. I love the 123s, that's obvious, but I have probably 124 is my absolute love, and I do really love them. I have a few. As a everything, they're an all-rounder 124s now, and they're brilliant at it. Very well built, the engines are easy to work on, they're nippy, they're everything that you want a sort of somebody can ask from a car. Actually, oddly, I've got a W140, which not a lot of people, they're a bit understated, although they're coming up now. And I've got a big old 500 SEL, which is an AMG with a bulletproof glass, and I love it. Lots. Oh, I have a W116 as well, which is 280 left-hand drive. I love a lot of range, and it's good, and it teaches you how to work on them. Most probably 124 there is my love. See, it probably looks like it's so lovely, and it's like coming to heaven every single day, just working on Mercs. To anybody that loves Mercs, it will. And it is, but it isn't all plain sailing, especially when you work on your own. I work on my own. I'm a woman in what is a man's industry. I have a young lad at home, and you know, I have overheads and I have a house, so it isn't easy. And I mean, I've had some pretty awful phone calls, like gents ringing me up. Have you got this? I don't think I've got the right number. Is it? It's about the Mercedes for sale. Yeah, speaking. No. Is your dad there? I've had them all. I've had people put the phone down on me because they thought it was a joke. Oh, I've had lots because I'm a woman, but it doesn't downheart me in any way. It actually makes me more determined to do it. It's not always easy, but I kind of thrive off that, and I wouldn't have my life any other way.
I really hope that you enjoyed that video. This new format, which is obviously people talking about their own cars, do you enjoy it? Do you like it? I'm trying to make varied content on the channel, so I am going to continue to do my own stuff where I present, but if you like this sort of thing, I will try and do more. So if you have a car and you yourself or the car has a really interesting story and you're willing to be on camera, please get in touch with me on Instagram and we'll see if we can work something out. A huge amount of thanks to Jasmine for today's video. It was loads of fun to film. Please do watch my other stuff, please do subscribe, and I really look forward to seeing you for the next one.